Now. Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, it's shit's real, we talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? You show the word to God, go artist, aka LB, lot of the boss. You know what it is. RingGangRadio.com in the building. El Capitan, world still up. You know what it is. Let's go. Tuesday night basketball. Oh shit. Wow. Tuesday night football. Oh fuck, bow. Tuesday night boxing, nigga. Jeez. Fuck. Yeah, we here Tuesday night boxing review, talk, recap, preview show. Yeah,
Ring Gang Radio. 6 takes, but it's all good.
Yo, it's regular, yeah, because we keep doing this shit on different days now. Although shit will stop. It's just how things go. It's just a different time.
Yeah, shit was malfunctioning. Nigga was like,
But yo, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King People, Digger Boxing in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's go. Tuesday night boxing. One take. You know what I'm saying? So, we here. Let's go.
Okay, anyone banned from the bodega this week?
Oh, yeah. O'Hara Davies. Bye-bye. You're out of here. You was talking that much crap just to get knocked out in the first round by an old man. Nah, you out of here.
Yeah, we definitely got some bars for that though, because yeah.
And Tony Weeks, you're out of here. You need to go. Go to the retirement home. Don't come to the bodega.
Right. Motherfucker needs to be playing shuffleboard or some shit. Bocce.
Check him into Larry Holmes Gardens. He's flabby and sick. So give him his hall pass. Check him in. No more. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, we'll definitely get more into that one because, that was the big thing on that card. But last, but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's fly? It's Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender preparing for liftoff, Tuesday edition, Ring Gang Radio. Let's fly. Let's get it. Let's go.
This nigga probably on this one take shit too, man. Shit.
Man, you got easy ass intros, nigga.
No punching,
I do that shit perfect.
No punching, just lunching. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Focused ass, yo. But yeah, there was a good amount of a lot of boxing news going on in the world today. Starting, of course, with a video that came on Instagram from one former 3-belt champion, Errol Spence, who for some reason now, obviously was shown with a patch over his eye, and most people were answering like why that was. And then, of course, he revealed that he got cataract surgery, which in itself is just like, geez, like. And for I thought it was on the same fucking eye because he had the detached retina, but
it is on the same eye. It is on the same eye.
It's not. No,
it's on the same eye.
No, the left eye is the detached one. The right one was the cataract.
I'm pretty sure they said it was the same one, but okay. I mean, I'm gonna recheck again. I thought it was the same one. I could be wrong.
No, I checked to know it's the different eyes, and I'm thinking to myself, like, first of all, it's like, I mean, that raises a lot of questions. Like, first of all, like, I mean, obviously, we all think that the car crash, he suffered far more injuries that he let on in that crash. Like, there was a lot of damage. It's starting to look like, because boxers in their early 30s are not supposed to get 2 eye surgeries in each eye, like, and this is not just like a broken orbital or anything like that, like a retina, and then removing a cataract from the eye. But one thing he put on his video, he mentioned, like, he's like, that's the reason why he lost to Crawford, because he couldn't see the jabs coming that he was getting jabbed up with. And it was just like, and of course that set off a whole bunch of like reaction on boxing Twitter. Like, everyone, some people are like, well, why are you saying this now? It's like, you wait like 6 months for you to say all this, to say it now, like, after you lost to Crawford.
Niggas lost their bet money, their rent money.
I mean, I don't know why he waited until now. That it is what it is, but That whole thing was like he wasn't serious when he said that. Like, oh, that's why. Why
kind of sound like he was joking.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know, like I don't know Smith personally, but I know his personality enough to know when like it's tongue in cheek. Pause. Like, he's not being completely serious about that.
Like he's taking the loss a lot better than his fans.
Yeah, but I think it's not because I mean, obviously, a lot of Spence fans were not happy with what happened because some of them were just like horribly, incredibly wrong. So they were like, and some of them hold on to this fact, like, oh yeah, this, Spence will get it back in blood. This, doesn't matter the division, but it's just like, but you see, your man now, he's had 2 eye surgeries right now, and it's like, I mean, never mind the other physical issues that dude clearly has, and it's like, yeah, his fans are like, oh, wait a minute, then, it's like, yeah. First of all, it's the whole thing with the ignorance behind cataract surgery. Like, okay, get this cataract removed, and he'll be back as good as new. It doesn't work like that, people. Boxers get punched in the face, like I said, and Abner Maris came back from multiple surgeries, and now you see him now. He's cockeyed.
He's got to wear glasses. We all said a great thank you when he wore glasses finally on Showtime when he started wearing.
Yeah, I remember. I used to say that all the time. Every single time I used to see his eyes. I'm like, yo, like, can someone tell him to put some shades on or some shit? Like, get some of that Music Soul Child shades on, something, nigga. Like, hide them eyes. Yeah. And then he started doing that shit. I'm like, okay, at least someone in the brass let him know what time it was. But people got to understand, like, boxers are not supposed to have eye surgeries like this. Like, they say you end up with dead eyes or all types of shit like that. Like, and that's like, and to me, that's another reason why, like, Spence should really think carefully about getting back in the ring, after all these surgeries he's doing. But it's just like, cataract surgery is no fucking joke. And then another possibility too, and I know Ishe Smith was going off on this, is like, well, if you had a cataract, like how the hell did you pass your eye exams? So it's like, because we all know boxers, have to read a chart. They got to go to the eye exam. They got to get the pupils dilated. They got to be able to read them letters on the wall. One of the few things in the world that humbles me, is like, you got to be told to read some shit, and it's like, how did they get licensed if he's having trouble seeing? This type of shit. So it's like,
damn, yo, this fight and win is getting more insignificant by the minute. Like, oh my god,
not really. But you're entitled to your opinion.
It don't seem like fighter of the year type of fight no more. Like, I don't know.
I didn't think that Spence and Crawford would still be getting people worked up like this, but alas, here we are.
That's what happens when you marinate a fight for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, it was the same energy that Mayweather Pacquiao had. People were invested in it. People wanted to see it.
To long afterward, dude, niggas ain't forget about Thurman Pacquiao until. I'm sorry, they didn't forget about Floyd Pacquiao until fucking Manny fought Broner and Thurman.
Yeah,
it literally took that long. Like, it's like when he finally went to PBC, niggas was like, all right, yeah, fuck it. Like, all right, he's on our team now.
But it is kind of funny seeing, like, because it's, I come across on my timeline a lot of Spence stands, you know what I'm saying, still, but it's kind of funny to see more of the vocalness of them yesterday when they were kind of ghosts the past 5 months. It was kind of
they were going, they were like, it was fucking July all over again. Like, them niggas was really going through it. It's like, man, I knew, like, some of them were downplaying the win. Some of them were thinking, like, oh yeah, we'll get the surgery. Spence will get it back.
We'll get it back in blood. We're gonna get it back in blood.
Yeah.
Low key, I feel like both sides are downplaying the win.
I think honestly now, I think Spence fans are kind of upset. Like, some of them were like disappointed because, like, oh, he's making excuses. I'm like, what excuse? This is a reflection. But you're asking. Yeah, he's being humble.
Some people
too fucking humble, actually.
I mean, it comes off because he didn't make the excuses after the fight and everything, but it does come off like a little salty. Like, it is kind of, some people could say it's an excuse. Excuses.
It's not an excuse.
No, go ahead. You good?
Well, he said he wasn't. Remember, he said he wasn't living the life of a boxer either. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of
well, hold on. But that's obvious. The man got thrown from a fucking car. What do you mean? Like, he's going to live the life of a boxer?
But niggas is talking about like afterwards and shit. But it's like we saw him hit the farm and change. So
doing the farm shit. Remember he was like just doing. He had bought a bunch of land, had cows and chicken, all this shit, and stopped. You didn't see him out, the PBC boys partying no more and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that doesn't erase all those years of partying and bad habits catch up to you in the long run. You don't just let me stop and then it just all goes away. No, that doesn't go away.
Contaminated the world he made the mistakes in that he's trying to fucking fix. Like the world he's trying to fix already been contaminated by the mistakes he made.
Right.
So it's like he got to deal with it from there. Like, but I can see how some people took it away though.
I don't see it as an excuse, and to me, it's an excuse when you're using something as a way of dismissing someone or discrediting someone. And even when he's telling his side, he hasn't dismissed Crawford. He hasn't discredited Crawford at all. He said Crawford beat him fair, right? He whipped his ass. It is what it is. So it's like he knew what was going on. He knew his condition going into the fight. We ain't going to use that excuse. Like, you ain't going to use that to discredit somebody.
His fans can't deal with that though.
It's no different than and people are like, well, then why bring it up? I'm like, it's only being brought up because now we know he's going in for surgery. So now people are going to pick and prod and wonder about this. So yeah, he's going to be honest about, what led up to all this and stuff like that. That's almost like when Keith Thurman, after he lost to Pacquiao, then he went and got surgery on his hand. And we find out that he went into that fight needing hand surgery. And so, yeah, of course, people are going to ask about that. And it's like, he's not using it as an excuse. It's just being honest. Telling you, okay, well, yeah, since you want to know, I had the hand injury. I didn't get the surgery because I wanted the Pacquiao fight. It is what it is. Motherfucker's not using the excuse.
You know what? This situation is more closer to Sergio Martinez Cotto.
Yes, that's another one.
Because the thing is, with Sergio Martinez, we knew, like, okay, he might have a little knee trouble, but like, he's still better. This is a style matchup, bigger guy, but he had to get, they weight drained him a little bit, but whatever, we still, It wasn't until after the fight, that's when you hearing all the stories and shit about, oh, yeah, he did like 3 rounds of sparring. He barely did this, that. He had to have his leg hooked up to a machine. And then that's when niggas was like, oh, nah, get the fuck out of here. Come on. What are you kidding me? Like, all that shit.
Yeah, and then, and Cotto wouldn't let him, like, wear, like, braces. Like, he had, like, a flimsy-ass knee brace and stuff like that, and that motherfucker could barely stand. And that's where he was getting dropped so many times for those left hooks and shit. Like, that shit was – that whole fight pissed me off on the low. Like,
dude, Dawson Ward, another one, like – I wasn't hearing about all this damn Dawson getting KO'd by Miranda and sparring and getting his ass whooped and looking like a zombie before the fight. I heard all that shit after the fucking fight. But I never liked it because why would you want the light heavyweight champion to come down to super middleweight, regardless if he called you down or not?
Yeah.
Like, that's nothing like, why? It's like he literally made his biggest win turn into like an average win by doing that shit. So I don't know, this shit just weird. But yeah, niggas gotta get out of their feelings with this Spence shit. Like,
right.
The man, I can see a little sour grapes and shit.
Get over it.
But get over it. Like, and the man never disparaged Crawford. So it's like,
no, he even said he's fighter of the year. He even said, it hurts me to say because it was me, but to me, Terrence Crawford should have got fighter of the year. So you gave him his flowers. He did give him his flowers.
I mean, I wouldn't expect him not to say that because it's like he beat him.
Of course, I'm like, and he was. If
you're gonna beat me, you might as well get fighter of the year for doing it.
He was top 6 pound for pound. He was, at the worst, you could say he's top 6 or 7. I mean, people that say he wasn't top, top 5.
But then you also got to remember too, like this, and then it's down. Let's see, but then I don't want to take it that route. Okay, I was gonna say that. Did Spence really deserve to be top 10 pound for pound?
The inactivity hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I thought
but he beat Daniel Swift Garcia like nobody ever has. I mean, he the second half of that fight, Daniel Swift was getting lit up. You know what I'm saying? And Ugas, you know, I never thought high of Ugas really, but Ugas was the champion, and he beat him for a belt.
I mean, and he was in.
Mario Barrios also beat Ugas too.
Yeah. I mean, Spence was in my top 5. He just wasn't like top 1 or 2, like how some of these niggas had him. They had him like super high,
Nah,
he's definitely.
I feel like he was definitely top 10.
Yeah.
He was like in the 5 to 7 range, 5 to 8 range to me. I mean,
that's appropriate.
Unified, stopping people.
But
I think being in the glamour division, being in one of the glamour divisions helped it too.
Oh, of course, 147 is the
mega fight. Yeah, like
147 is the mainstream division, really, besides heavyweight. You know.
And now, of course, Spencer's definitely not in my top 10 for pound for pound. He's off my list. Actually, he's completely off.
I think I got him at 15. But I don't know. I mean, I got to give him a little respect. I mean, you know.
That ass whooping was too comprehensive. He's going for my list. Like he has to kind of rebuild.
See, that's what I'm saying. If somebody's that good and that regarded, one ass whooping just obliterates him off the list. Like,
I mean, niggas took. Triple G. Remember?
And then remind you, niggas is already saying like they don't think dude's a Hall of Famer.
I mean, both the Texas boys are getting up.
That sounds like we should do a poll because in the Hall of Very Good, I do feel like Spence is a Hall of Famer. Right? You know, in the Hall of
Texas
Very
Good.
You feel like Spence a Hall of Famer?
In the Hall of Very Good, he might get in, and he might. I mean, he may get a little more, but really, in this day and age, who's a Hall of Famer? I mean, we have.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what I always brought back to.
They're gonna have to fill
when niggas promote this victory lap ass of this fight.
But they're gonna have to fill some spots of guys that should maybe 20 years ago.
There's enough niggas that should have been in already.
We're not asking whether they would or whether they will or won't. Asking, do you think they're Hall of Fame material?
Yeah, like your opinion.
I mean, if you look on the history books, he had the second longest welterweight reign of all time. So yes, I'll say he's a Hall of Famer.
Nigga, stop saying me the burnt sugar technical answer.
No. I mean, first was Tito, and he was second. I mean, I think now Crawford probably surpassed him because.
Yeah, but Tito had like how many defenses? Like what, 11 or what, 14?
I think yeah, like
15. Yeah. I'm just saying it's a fact. That's all. So yeah, I'd say he's a Hall.
Are we comparing that to like?
On the graded curve, he's a Hall of Famer, not 10, 15 years, 20 years ago. No.
See, I mean, I have a very strict curve. Like Spence has to do more. Like his welterweight career is not enough to get him in the Hall of Fame. Like, nah, that's not. Like the whole PBC.
Yeah, like he need like a marquee, like win at 154. Like if he was to like soundly beat up like a Jesus Ramos.
If he gets a belt, so does he need a belt at
154? Or a belt, like
if he gets a belt at 154, is he Hall of Famer?
Or a zoo, or a zoo, or a
if he knocks off a decent contender and gets a belt, which none of these are gimmies at 154.
Yeah.
Then I think it kind of helps his case. But if he doesn't, then people will look at him like how they kind of look at Danny Garcia. Like you had one division you kicked ass in, but another division you just kind of was there at.
Right.
But then some people might say Danny Garcia junior welterweight fucking run was better than Spence welterweight run.
2-division champ. I mean, you know.
I mean, if Spence gets a belt at 150, he'll be a 2-division.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm just evaluating a second division. Like, if we trying to put this nigga in the Hall of Fame, because remember, like, nobody's putting Danny in the Hall of Fame because he didn't get that marquee win at 147 yet. Or 54.
And searching at 160 to do that. If that ever comes off. Because that fight's been in limbo for how many years? For like a year now.
Yeah, so it's just like that.
Yeah. But like I said, but at least, I mean, like I said, though, like if Spence can make light of his situation, his fans should be able to make light of it to get over it. Like, yes, you know, Crawford won. Yes, you know, I know Crawford's been in the news. I mean, hell, even Crawford himself is like, they didn't say much. I think he just said like 2 words in the tweet, and that was that. Like
he said, no comment. He said no comment.
Yeah, exactly.
You've been saying shit all year, like,
and
you know, it's in the and you know, Crawford's been talking.
That's the best thing he could say. That's the best thing.
No comment.
No comment.
Yeah, exactly. Like.
Yeah, there's no reason to go back and forth. You know, the man, I mean, obviously the man had a lot to vent and say. I mean, he deleted some, you know what I'm saying? But he had a lot to say, you know. So, yeah. I mean, let him.
And it's never like he had shit on Crawford. Like,
he didn't shit on Crawford.
I have no more comments. I have no more comments for this, honestly. So I'm in now Crawford's thing. No more comments. No comment.
Yeah.
Next.
Next.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, just a segue because we were talking about the welterweights. Golden Boy, had a card last weekend that featured the return of one Virgil Ortiz. After
the welterweight that is no longer a welterweight.
No longer a welterweight. And funny thing is too is like he technically fought at middleweight because they made that shit 156-pound catch weight, and I'm just like, geez, like you might.
That lets me know he's not going to be at 154 for very long.
Hell no, he's not. And of course he fought Frederick Lawson, someone probably not even a fringe contender. I can never call him a fringe contender. Just
that dude got knocked out by Charles Hatley. Like
he's not no. He may be a journeyman. You might want to call. He's not maybe or paid jobber or jobber to the stars, whatever you want to call him. But that's what he is.
The fight he was treated like a can.
He's a can. Oh wait, this is a bottle, but he's a can. Like close enough. Yeah. He's a bottle, a can. You throw him, you toss him, recycle.
And then this boy will get. Yeah, but definitely.
Oh no! Wait. Salute Blazing Killer. What it do? Gang, and Android. What it do? Salute. What's going on? You listen to Marvin Gaye. I feel you. I got you. All right.
Yeah, I know. I see Android was on his rampage again. With the God for you, because there's one thing about him. Anything that's related to the zone, that motherfucker will say some shit like just for the fact that Eddie said he put out offers to Boots to sign a match. Yeah, Android was on that shit immediately and then posted his graphs about the engagement. That motherfucker does not like the
as he should. As he should.
That nigga be hating on the zone hard, bro.
That ain't hating. Oh my god, he's telling the fucking truth. Dude, look. Time out. Wait, quick. Dude, the zone is Koch Records for boxing. Like real talk. Mm-hmm. Your career goes nowhere over there. You just exist. You might get some money, niggas still know you, but you're never gonna buzz. And when you and if you do happen to buzz, it just don't equate into real superstardom. Like it ain't no real motion.
Matchroom doesn't make any sense for Boots because they have nothing for him. Like if you were just gonna go with the money, you might as well go to Top Rank. Like if he went to Top Rank, okay, that would make more sense. But
yeah, people will still hit, but right now, as we all know, PBC doesn't have their first card until March, so pretty much the first 2 months are going to be dominated by Top Rank or Matchroom.
Golden Boy, Boots isn't even a PBC fighter. He's technically a free agent.
Yeah, rest in peace. His manager recently died. Cameron Duncan was his manager. You know what I'm saying? And he recently died. So I know there's a company behind it, but I'm saying we'll see what happens and see how it shakes out.
Yes, but yeah, I know Andrew. He be on this. I just happened to say it because I was like, damn, that motherfucker's going hard. I just happened to see that shit today.
He be pulling out them graphs and line charts and bar charts, but people need visuals to see it because if not, niggas would just be repeating group herd theory and myths, just like the whole UFC card is stacked, but it's a bunch of names, recognizable names in jobber fights.
Yeah, I mean, it's this way. I mean, that's just because, like I said before, for me, it's not. I mean, the engagement's whatever. Because if I give a card praise, I have to number one, I give it for its matchmaking and whether or not it executed in the ring. If both things happen, great. I'll praise it to the high moon. Doesn't matter if they watch it or not or whatever. Like it's like because I feel like fights like that. If they're not, it's up to us to actually make sure that they actually get some attention. So that's how I feel. So it's like. I mean, it could be it could have like $1 million in revenue or whatever, but if that shit's trash, it's trash. I'm never gonna talk about it. It's like Mayweather.
That's when it comes back down to why would Boots want to be over there? Like Matchroom still hasn't really created any superstar in North America or on this side. They just they get close, but they just the app isn't known enough. It's not powerful enough. It's just. Like who had posted that app? Posted that list on Twitter where it had all the top 20 apps. I ain't see the zone near on that list.
Oh, I think I saw that tweet. I think I saw yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's like the zone. The only way the zone gonna get popping is when they do the pay-per-views. It's on every outlet type shit.
Well, technically it is. You can like most of the zone pay-per-views. They carry them in like linear TV pay-per-views. Like they do them.
Yeah, but then you got to stop fucking up the whole purchasing transaction part too.
I don't know. I mean, like I said,
when they get their chance, every time I know people, anytime they buy a fucking the zone pay-per-view, something fucks up.
Not well. I mean, because niggas don't be.
You the only nigga, dude. You the only nigga who has the perfect DAZN account.
I do.
and that shit don't even fucking stretch out after your personal. Like that should be dude. The fucking audio commentary is not synced up with the fucking punches in the round sometimes.
Like I said, I don't have any of these issues.
The zone is like trash as an app, dog. Like really.
Like
there's a reason why. There's a reason why the zone is not on many homes. There's a reason why the zone is in not many people's homes.
Yeah, the
it's
production values,
like an expensive paperweight.
Like the production values are less than stellar or whatever, but I don't have any of the other issues the niggas be talking about. Like
you're the only nigga. I promise.
Hold up, Pat. You are being very generous by saying less than stellar. No, the production is shit.
Yeah, like. And we know boxing writers and people be getting paid to damn hype up the zone shit. Like,
and I don't get paid for this, so you know.
Yeah, you better not, because I'm like, where like you better spread that motherfucker, like, because like, they don't really like the zone like I do, so I'll take this investment.
Because if the zone wanted to pay us, I'd be like, hey, we can always use an endorsement of some sort, Green Gang can always use like some endorsement money or whatever. So it's like I would say, but I'm saying it off my own experiences. I just sit back and I just be chilling, and then I'll be good though. But yeah, like I said, since day one, I never had any of these issues. None.
Hold on, let me see what Andre said. The Henny program pay-per-view was only the zone. ESPN had the Heisman card, so Plus couldn't counter program their own partner.
As they should, yeah. They're not going to. Of course, not. The Heisman is big business for ESPN. They're not going to do that. it's big business.
Yeah,
and ESPN, shows more love to live college football than they do to any other sport, especially boxing. Like that's just history.
That's Top Rank's fault. Is Top Rank really just put the damn? See, listen, you got too many niggas. Because there was a motherfucker the other day. I think, damn, anytime you point out that Top Rank be fucking damn dragging their asses and not making moves, you got niggas who's always like, well, it wasn't meant to be. No. In a way, it's not necessary that in a way was going to be as popular as Pacquiao. What are you saying? And we're looking at it like, yes, he can. He very well could be even larger than Pacquiao if you think about it, but you guys are doing a shit show of promoting this motherfucker. Like,
yeah, I mean, even Pacquiao himself is like, recognizing he's a Pacquiao level fighter, and he want to actually train him. Like Pacquiao has not said that against any other like other fighter like that. He's like, yeah, I want to teach him some tricks. I want to teach him everything. Like that Pacquiao is absolutely in Monster's corner, and and also now
he wasn't like that with Daenerys.
Yeah. He definitely wasn't, and he was somewhat like that with Brian Valori. Though he was in Valoria's corner like that for a little bit.
Hawaiian punch.
Yeah, but no, Monster. The price for Monster, that price went all the way up. And because once Saudi Arabia got into boxing, they're offering this motherfucker 75 million. Yeah, that's Top Rank's not gonna. That Top Rank is gonna be just gonna be okay. Hey, as long as we get a cut, I don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, we don't need to promote.
They fumbled the bag on his popularity on this side of the hemisphere. Like,
yeah,
they really did. Like,
yeah, they did. And like I say, I mean, that's Top Rank's problem. I mean, Top Rank is just happy. It's like, hey, we're co-promoting him, and as long as we get some of that 70 million or whatever million that, as long as
care. But look how they was fucking trying to elevate Conlon.
Yeah, Colin's career is a wrap.
Rose promoting him every chance you get. Look, what's his name? Nico Walsh.
Nico Ali Walsh. And there was another Irish cat too, but he only lasted like less than 10 fights because he kept on losing to like people he shouldn't be losing to. I know he's gone. And then that Chinese cat too was that held the title briefly. Zhou Shiming. Like that dude. They gave him a title.
All their hardest. I felt like, look, Top Rank was like they treated in a way like like Top Rank acting like a jaded female in the dating field with Inoue. Like they was like everybody's telling them like yo, I know you've been dealing with some other niggas and you've been pouring your heart out to these niggas and they've been disappointing you, but look, just stay positive and don't let it get to you. The right person gonna come along. Just keep doing what you're doing. All right, baby girl, we got you. But Top Rank is like, yeah, whatever, and they're pouring their heart into Conlon and this nigga John Duddy, that motherfucker, this nigga, all these people, and then they're just slowly getting jaded, like old boxing media jaded, like the whole, oh yeah, these guys are never gonna fight. Worst year of boxing ever. And then Inoue comes along, making moves, looking good, whatever, getting highlights, making the fights you want to see, and this is that, and it's like, you know, a nigga introduce him at the club, like, yo, here, this Inoue, like, he running shit. Bitch is like, man, who's this nigga? I don't care who you knocked out. Fuck all them niggas ain't shit. And you're like, yo, this nigga, he doing everything, man. What you talking about? Like, if you say you want this, like,
some people hear all the time. If it's below 135, some niggas just aren't gonna take it. Unfortunately, you know.
Man, I don't want to hear that shit. Cause
I'm just saying that's what it is.
Look, they be damn sucking off Lomachenko, Tank, all these other little niggas, man. Pause. Like, it's like, dude, Top Rank just fucking fumbled the man popularity. Now he's gonna have to fight King Kong, Godzilla, Monster Zero, all these niggas in the US, and niggas gonna. Dude, you know what's happening? And no one's calling it out. But they did when a black man was doing it. You know how everybody was mad at Heyman for throwing the bag at niggas and paying people better? The Saudis did that shit on steroids. And they're literally fucking taking boxing away from America. And everybody's like, yeah, go for it.
There's a difference, though. Heyman was paying these niggas to pay some horrible opponents. Whereas the Saudis are like, yeah, we're paying you this bread, but it's gonna be a fight that we care about. That's the big difference.
I get it, but it's the same type of thing. Like they're manipulating the game with that.
Yeah.
Because now you're doing it on your okay, I'm gonna take so and so and him and I'm gonna put him on this exotic island and make him fight in front of 500 people and put it on closed circuit TV and only 3 people will see it type. And I'm gonna do it at Wednesday afternoon. Like that's what niggas is doing.
And then since most of these boxers are capitalists too, it's like they're not gonna turn that down. Like, you know, this is why we got the day of the reckoning.
They're capitalists because boxing as an industry doesn't make enough money,
right? Outside
of fights.
Yeah, and
that's why.
Yeah, and anyone that's willing to inject a whole bunch of money into something like that, yeah, then all of a sudden everyone is smiles and yes, you know, Frank Warren could be in the commercial with Deontay Wilder. Yes, you know, and all that stuff like that.
But it hurts the long term.
I mean, we saw Frank Warren shake hands with Eddie Hearn. That's a hell froze over moment.
Yeah.
But see, it hurts the long term growth for the sport if you overdo it. If it goes beyond the Beterbiev versus whoever we want to see him fight, or the guys who don't really have a big market in the U.S., if it goes beyond that too much, it's just going to ruin shit. Especially where this boxing has its surge right now.
The over-marination of these fights still?
Yeah, now it's going to be the over-marination of the Saudi Arabia fights.
So, yeah, because they're kind of moving along quickly. You know, there's another card coming in March. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, because they know, because like I said, because they're throwing this much, so a lot of people are compliant to what they want. So that's why that's why if they were making some bullshit ass fights, there'll be more outrage. But they're making the fights that people want. Or
if that's the case, make the events better.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Like if you're gonna throw the bag like that. Get some influencers, get some new media, new writers, this is that, new executives, like just make this shit look fire. Like y'all doing this, and it looks like when wealthy Japanese businessmen have fights between Siberian tigers and grizzly bears.
Or Eddie when he had his Mandingo fights in his garden. Like, you know.
Yeah, but see, at least the Mandingo fights, we knew that was in a fucking, you know, pandemic. Yeah. And it still hit a aesthetic that, you know, more slave owners seen Mandingo fights than niggas seen fucking fights between a silverback gorilla and a polar bear. You had to be in the deep web looking for. I've seen some of these shits. I'm just saying, but like,
the nigga ain't bullshitting either. Like, the internet's a scary place, nigga.
Yeah, like more. I'm telling you, there's more slave owners seeing Mandingo fights than these goddamn exotic animal fights that these niggas is trying to put together, yo. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you want to do it better, but fuck it, man. Let's get into this goddamn Golden Boy card. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it was a digression, but fuck it. It needed to be said. We kick knowledge though. But yeah, the Golden Boy card though, like, it was entertaining. Like I said before, Oscar has the innate ability to put on cards that are entertaining. And at least the main card, there were knockouts. Every single one on the fight maker were knockouts. So shout out to Barboza for finally getting a fucking stoppage after all this time.
Finally, Jesus, finally.
Yeah.
There was all stoppages on this card, right? Like 4 fights, all KOs, kind of.
All KOs, man.
But 2 of them in round. 2 of them in the first round. So
of course, which leads us to the co-main. You have Ohara Davies, who's making his Golden Boy debut. And he's the number 1 contender. Going for the interim belt against Ismael Barroso, who got jobbed against Rolly in a fight that he was winning handily on all 3 cards. And then for a suspect Tony Weeks stoppage, kind of put an end to things. Of course, Tony Weeks will also come into play in the main event, though. But as we all know, Ohara Davies, though, after was like literally was calling Rolly out and Ellerby out, it was like, yo, you gotta, that shot is mine. And then Rolly was kind of like, nah, I don't want to fight you. I'm gonna fight Brian, and let me have my
being extra with it, because you see how Leonard Ellerby was trying to be like, yo, chill, dude. Like, I'm an executive ass nigga. Like, you got to have those bars for me. Like,
and Davis was doubling down, and then of course he signed with Oscar, and then throughout the lawsuit, and Rolly kind of went radio silent, and Ellerby kind of ignored him. Going after that. So it was like Davis was talking. He's like, yeah, I'm going to beat Barroso. And then, Rolly, we're going to revisit this.
Talked all summer.
Yeah, all summer, yeah.
The type of talking where you could not, for whatever reason, lose the fight. Let alone in the first round, let alone the first 90 fucking seconds.
Yeah. And it was wild too, because I remember me and PG were talking about this in the chat in the inbox or whatever, and it was just like you could see that Barroso was timing the count, because I remember the first counter Barroso threw, it kind of grazed him. It didn't hit him enough, but I think it shocked him enough that Davies was like, okay, let me try to reset again. But Davies never made no adjustment because he kept on overextending, he kept on overreaching, and then Barroso was like, okay, you're gonna do that again? All right. Let's do that. Yeah, he did that. And Barroso, when that left-handed leg, like that shit was audible. Like that shit, like I was like, God damn, like is there like a mic next to his in his?
I swear that was a shooting catch, because he caught his shot and then he hit him with the left hook, and it was over after that. I felt like
like dude,
that was nice. That was nice, man. That was like,
it was. Dude was on.
Dude stutter stepped hurt.
Yeah, like dude was on Queer Street like ASAP, like and then Barroso put him down. And like Davies got up, but you could tell that the fight was over. Like this shit was a wrap, And then after that, Barroso came in there and put him down again. And then you see Davies' corner was, they're about to wave the, they're getting ready to like throw the towel in, and then you see Davies over there, like his eyes, you could tell that the lights were on, but nobody was home. Like he wasn't answering them commands, like
couldn't walk forward, none of that shit. Like people was like, "Nah, it was a bad stoppage."
That British chin, I don't know, man. 99% rating on that British chin.
Yeah, but the funny thing is too, like he'd only been knocked out by Taylor, but Taylor took Taylor like 9 rounds to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then and Catterall beat him up over the distance. So it's just like, but then like I said, Barroso.
And all this nigga do is get beat up, and he just running his mouth like this.
He was always interjecting. That's the thing. Like he was always interjecting whenever Rolly and Ryan were quote unquote paused, like not flirting, but they were just going back and forth with each other on Twitter. He would always, hey guys, I'm the Mando. I'm the one that's getting the shot.
And I like, did that because
you wanted to be seen so much, and now when you're seen, this is what people remember you for.
Yeah. So Yeah, he fucked up. I won't say he fucked up his career, but he fucked up a lot of different. He fucked up his money because
dude, he did fuck up his career. I'm gonna have to say that. Fuck that.
Because I mean, because thankfully he signed because Oscar now has to rebuild him, and I'm pretty sure Oscar was like, "Fuck that." Like,
well, Oscar didn't even attempt because he signed him for that
for that exact
rating
reason.
he had, for that rating. So it's like shit.
So it's like now, like you have to rebuild him. Like so you have to risk him against some other 140 pounder that can probably touch his chin too. It's like, yeah, that's not ideal for Oscar. He doesn't want to do that because Oscar
140 and 154, not the divisions to be having a damn shaky chin and bad boxing IQ. Because this is the thing. I hate when these young fighters get these old niggas and they want to play outbox the old nigga or let me fight behind him or take my time. The nigga's 40 years old. I don't respect my elders. Jump on this old motherfucker and start whipping combinations and shit.
Yeah.
They never do that. They want to go in there. He's an old guy. Da 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 da. Let me see what this nigga. If you don't start throwing bricks at this motherfucker, my God, dog, that's annoying. Like, let me just see if let me spar a nigga that's like 10 years older than me, 15 years older than me. I'm not. Oh, all right. Let me see. No, you putting fucking pressure off rip.
Yeah, because I mean, Barroso's a guy. Barroso has been KO'd by Anthony Crolla, and then he was KO'd by Akhmadev. Although he dropped Akhmadev because his power is not a joke. Barroso.
And did you hear that, Anthony Corolla?
Yeah,
Toyota Corolla.
Yeah,
the bonus stage knocked this nigga out. And y'all mean to tell me y'all like struggling with this guy? Like,
yes, I mean Barroso. Barroso is the first feel good story for 2024 because obviously Duke was done wrong by Rolly, and and now he's put himself in a position where again, like, who knows if he's gonna get a shot at Rolly now or Barroso's gonna be like, you know what? Give me the fucking stand aside money because it'll probably be more money than he's made in his career.
It's the step aside money. Yeah, that'll.
Yeah,
he'll take it.
I just feel like have Rolly and Ryan fight, put Barroso on the undercard again
against Barboza.
Ooh.
I mean, hey, if that's what makes sense, sure.
Barboza, I mean, he signed. I mean, Oscar signed Jose and Barboza for a reason. I mean, why not?
Jose Ramirez.
That's what I mean, Jose Ramirez. But I mean, Barboza fought on the same card, so have them be the co-main. That's a pretty good co-main for because I'm sure if Rolly Ryan, if next Ryan fight, it seems like they're gonna gear it towards the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? It seems like.
Yeah, and then I think Rolly because. But then Rolly, it all depends what the WBA is going to do with Rolly because Rolly's on the hook to actually fight Barroso, and it depends if they're going to let him slide, the step aside, or they're going to be like, no, you fight him or you get stressed.
He's going to step aside. Yeah. He's going to step aside.
Yeah, not yet.
Going to step aside.
Have Barroso fight the winner. Fuck it then.
I mean, actually, because I know Barroso. I mean, the whole story because the story about dude was pretty much like. I won't say he was in poverty, whatever, but it was clear that dude was not making the money that he should have been making. So it's a good. So pretty much now he's getting paid now in his advanced stages of his career, and and like I said, his power is still ridiculous because that fucking left hand was fucking sang like that left hand hit a high note. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was
like that shit. Was one of the most unexpected knockdowns I've seen in a while. Like, I think as far as reaction on some like, oh shit, this might be up there with damn Steve Cunningham and Tyson Fury.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, because I jumped up. I was like, yo, you're trash. You trash. You trash.
I'm too long. I did put Barroso to win, but I didn't expect the first. I didn't expect the first round knockout. I mean, at all. I thought he'd get him out there maybe 8 or 10 or some shit.
Yeah.
I didn't
like they have a little bout, like a little fight. I mean, I could see that, but yeah, first round, first minute.
Yeah.
That was unprecedented. Like no one expected that. Like
O'Hara Davis really fucked up on that one because but like I said, it's good for Barroso because it keeps him in line for getting more paydays and he deserves them. So it's like it's And yeah, I know he's probably going to step aside because like he's like, why not? Because like yeah, LB will be like, look here, bro. Like I know you need this money. I see how you living in Colombia or wherever the fuck you're from. Look, just take this little $500,000 in U.S. currency, and then let's forget about this whole mandatory shit for now. We'll double back later.
Give him a fake promise of you'll get the winner.
Yeah. Or if not, you'll just get another step aside money. It worked for worked for the other cat for 154. Like so it's like well that's what we'll do. And then also, shout out, salute Chris Brand. Happy New Year's to you too. And Golden Boy seems to have first Q on lock. I mean, they're striking. They struck first, and then of course the Discord boxing chat. Pilot be running that. Salute. To that one.
BBC.
So, but yeah, man, like I said, that was a hell of a knockout though, and like I said, it was a feel good knockout for everyone except of course Howard Davies, of course. So it's like. Yeah, so
he got humbled. Like, like he's at like that loss was so bad. Like he has to be on some Geese Howard Fatal Fury 2 go train in the mountains by yourself type shit.
Yeah, like
don't talk to nobody. Like a nigga just bring you food like one time in the middle of the day, and you just stay in the fucking mountains and train, nigga. Because that shit was embarrassing.
It was, and I mean, like I said, I hope Howard Davis can, like I said, because obviously Oscar is gonna have to keep him around for a little bit. So, I guess we're gonna probably
send the nigga for him in the mountains and check on him. That's all, Oscar.
Yeah,
I know Oscar, boy, you probably hit that coke so hard after that.
Right? It was like
I can get sick.
He probably went straight to the bathroom. He's like, hold on, I've got to go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah.
But he's probably
for real, that nigga came back. He's like. Like, oh man, like, and because that card was taking too fucking long. Like all these quick knockouts, and y'all kept doing 20-minute, 30-minute segments in between fucking fights.
Yeah, they were.
I hate when they do that shit. Like, like somebody got to put some new energy, interactive shit. Like somebody has to start making these boxing cards more fun to get through. Like it feels like work. Like that's one thing that HBO had. You could watch a whole HBO card, even if they might be talking or they have the little side story. They just made it so interesting and high level, professional, and you just sat there and watched it.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, no one else could duplicate that.
Right.
Like, I don't know, man. Man, that main event was something else, yo. So what you think?
Yeah, that main event, number one, Lawson was going to go down anyways because Lawson was pretty much, he was shaky baby all throughout the fucking fight, though. But Tony Weeks, though, be stopping these fights at the wrong fucking time. And he did do it this time. He did it again. It was an anticlimactic. Like, I can say it just was not the time because when he stopped
Dude didn't even land the punches. Ortiz didn't even land those punches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was all blocked.
Yeah, they were blocking him, just like, Lawson was
it's worse than the Manfredo Calzaghe stoppage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it, dude, at least Calzaghe had like 30 slaps. Like, at least he did he pretty much had, like, he had E Honda and he had the nigga against the wall and he was like, da.
Right.
But you didn't even get that with this shit. You literally just got 1, 2, 3, 4,
right.
5, 6. Okay. Block. Stop.
Yeah. It was basically, it was like doing drill. I'm not saying Lawson wasn't hurt, but Lawson wasn't ready to get out, ready to be pulled out of there. Like, even the corner was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's like.
Everybody was pissed off at that.
Yeah.
The fucking crowd, yo.
Yeah, and I know, and I know most people, and of course there was other controversy too. Because I know most people have mentioned, like, ever since, because Tony Weeks was the ref, during that Dave Morrell fight where he put that Kazakh fight or whatever in a, he gave him, like, he put him in a coma. Yeah, and that fight was fucking. That fight was tight, brutal too, and the knockout was sick. So it was like,
hold on. Wasn't Tony Weeks reffing Barroso and Rowley?
Yeah, he was the ref there. He was the ref there.
Yeah,
there you go.
I mean, it's kind of a shame because he was the ref for Corrales. Castillo won.
Yeah, like
how many? He's been in so many classic fights. I mean, come on, it's Tony Weeks. I mean,
he stuck around long enough time so y'all could insert the Batman 2 quote.
Yeah, see
the villain now.
But apparently, I mean, obviously, because he posted on Facebook, the reason why he stopped it because he heard that Lawson, he originally had a brain aneurysm. And then, I think he said, he hit like twice. And then the third time he was tested, there wasn't any sign of aneurysm. So that's why he was thinking of that. And I'm thinking to myself, why does a ref have to do with that? Like, why would a ref even have that information or even know that? It's like, I mean, and either way, it's not up to you to stop that just because of that. That's up to the doctors to make sure, because a brain aneurysm is a career ender in boxing. Like, niggas cannot go in the ring and fight after you have an aneurysm because that's like.
But you heard Golden Boy never even denied it though.
Well, they are denying it because they went in full I think they even sent something to our ring gang email. Like they put out a whole press release about it. It's like what Tony was saying was not true and shit like that. It's they trust me, they're doing.
Okay, so they trying to clean it up then.
Yeah, because it's a lawsuit, because you're not supposed to let niggas with brain injuries like that go and fight again because they can die.
Yeah. So you don't think there's no truth to what Tony Weeks put on Facebook?
I mean, they're telling him even the commission is telling nah, Tony, that's not how it goes. So I mean, it could.
You're trying to save face for fucking up.
Yeah, I mean, it could possibly mean that Tony Weeks may never ref under Nevada commissioned again. It's quite a big possibility.
Nor should he. He's lost it.
Yeah. It's kind of. I hope they paid this man well because this. And that's the thing. It's like you never could fall in love with individuals. It's always the sport, and when you love the sport more than anything else, you want to see it grow. You want to see it good, and you don't want to see people fuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
And if he stays any longer and get big profile fights, he's just gonna fuck it up. So
he should join Kenny Bayless, in retirement. Kenny Bayless recently announced his retirement. I do think.
Yeah. Hey, what up, man?
I don't know if it's the PBC fanboys, because he does ref a lot of PBC fights and everything, but they did say, maybe the Morel Yasabuli, whatever his name was, the one he put dude in a coma.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that before, nigga. Scroll up.
I'm saying people think that made him a changed man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can see it too because he that fight went to the 12th round and he brutally knocked dude out. Yeah, and it should have been stopped way earlier. So it's like
Well, I mean, he controlled these fighters' lives. I mean, and people say he used to let fights go on too long. So I mean. He finally turned the corner, but at what cost?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, there's still questions. I mean, is Virgil Ortiz? I mean, a first round knockout is not gonna tell us anything about Virgil Ortiz now. It's just like
almost felt like they needed to grab a nigga from the audience or somebody to fight him or some shit. Like,
right?
I felt like that was not. Honestly, I'm glad I trained the next day on some random shit because I felt like I didn't have enough boxing that Saturday night. And I was kind of pissed. Like I went to sleep like, fuck, I need more boxing. Like this was bullshit.
I mean, it was decent. I mean, it was entertaining for what it was, but I think it was just more or less. It didn't beat it didn't satisfy the requirement like you need.
It wasn't enough, dude. Look, bro, we had got a fucking Netflix answer. I mean, a Netflix movie ending for boxing.
Right.
Like we're like, are we gonna get a part 2? Is Lawson okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why you mad at Ortiz? Like, it's just you had too many questions instead of saying, okay, yeah, Ortiz fucked this nigga up. Who y'all want to see him fight next?
Yeah, I'd say if either the co-main or the main event was a lot longer, I would probably feel like, okay, this was cool. But considering that, I mean, obviously, the co-main didn't last as long. I mean, didn't last too long and stuff like that. So I think that's why it was just a string of knockouts. But some people, like I said, some people like to see the knockouts. It's what it is.
No, it's cool. It's good to have cards like that. It's just like they said, you got to give us a better produced package. With,
right.
You know, it's just boxing. It's like we need more boxing shows, bro. Like, like it's competition. It's like everything is done in such a way where it's like we know y'all trying to buy time in between fights. Is that like produce better content? Do something like.
Yeah, I miss having guys because I mean they had so many fighters like the a lot of 140 niggas was at that fight, but you know not one interview.
That's what I'm saying. Like
not one. There was no
round robin discussion going or something.
But there was no one. There was. I mean, I know they're not all on the platform, but there was not one interview. I felt like in that whole thing. Was there? I mean, maybe one. Maybe like I don't know.
I mean, Teal was never put on TV, and he was there.
Yeah, and they didn't even show. They didn't even show the the fight. Like, come on. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but I agree with LB in that regard. I mean, we all love knockouts, but first round knockouts and
in the co-main and the main. When's the last time that's happened?
I was looking more forward, to the Davies Barroso fight, and it was obviously, that was good, but I expected a little bit of action in that main event, but nothing.
LB, to answer your question, I remember there was a fight on HBO that was like that, like I think it was like mad random, but I remember that shit was like 4 fights, and all of them ended up fucking early. I can't, and for the life of me, I can never remember what the fuck that card was. And
I vaguely remember what you're talking about. Is this a mid 2000s card or late 90s?
It's a 2000s card. And I'm thinking, I was like, God damn! Like, 'cause I remember it was just like early knockouts left and right, and there was a lot of they were trying to fill shit with a lot of dead end. That's what this Golden Boy card reminded me of. It was just knockouts after knockouts. Like either they were one-sided or short. And for love of me, I cannot fucking remember that name of that damn card. Or who was it?
Yo, speaking of Virgil Ortiz, y'all check out, y'all pull up that Twitter poll we did.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did do a poll on that.
Let me see if I can find it. I mean, it shouldn't scroll. We didn't do much posting today. Let's see. That today? Yesterday? I don't know. Oh yeah. Okay. So about what Virgil Ortiz fight you want to see this year?
Yes.
We got 44 votes. Well, let me rephrase the question. The question we asked on Ringing Radio on x/twitter.com is what Virgil Ortiz fight do you want to see this year, 2024? We had 4 options. We had Ortiz versus Tim Kostya-Son's Zoo, who got 61%, 9% for Crawford, 14% for Ennis, and 16% for Ramos. 44 votes, got about a little less than a week left, so
I'm actually surprised that Ramos got actually votes.
That's what I think.
I can lie. I wanted to replace Ramos with somebody else, but I didn't know who. So I don't know who else. If there was another name.
I was struggling with a name for because I was like Lubin, but I was like I thought Ramos beat him. Then I'm like, who has 160? Who else at 154? Has some juice that I could think of that would be a good fight.
So, I mean, I wasn't really mad at because Ramos. I mean, he got some votes. Shit,
he got votes. Yeah, like because honestly, Ortiz Ramos would be a fight of the year.
It would.
That's a fight of the fucking millennium. Like that should be that'd be a great fight. So I don't think you could go wrong with that. The winner definitely deserves a title shot.
Right.
But then a guy like Virgil he deserve a title shot now, regardless where he at.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no problem with the Zoo fight, especially since he called him out and said it. It'd be nice if somebody actually respond to his call outs. I remember the last time he called somebody out after beating somebody's ass, and they was telling him, you're not ready yet.
Oh, God.
Instead of just showing him he ain't ready, he was telling them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could look my man's in the gym face, look at him in the face anymore like that in the gym. Getting whooped like that, and then nigga won't smoke with me, and I'm up here like, nah, you not ready for this. So yeah, who I voted for. But I can respect all the votes because I think this one of those Twitter polls where each vote is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it is. So, that card. Hopefully Ortiz, is back in the ring. Short turnaround because, like I said, he barely broke a sweat. And so like hopefully we'll see him back in the ring probably in the
March.
next 3 months or so.
I mean, shit. He got at least. He has at least had. I know he's a big name, but 3 fights at least. I know asking for 4 is a lot. So I mean, at least give us 3. At least give us 3 fights.
Dude, if Anthony Joshua could give us 3 fucking fights, Virgil Ortiz can.
Virgil Ortiz should be able to give us it. Yeah.
Because I have my doubts that Joshua will give us.
If he only fights 1 more time this year, then it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, dude, he almost got to really fight 4 times.
You need to rebuild your buzz a little bit. You're off for 2 years, I mean, for a year and a half, 2 years.
Dude, honestly, he should be back out fighting in March.
He really should be low key on as the co-main on the Schofield Diaz. I mean, the Schofield JoJo fight, but that's not gonna happen.
He's not gonna be co-main to that.
I know. I'm just saying, like, give him like I know he's a main event fighter. I'm just saying, like, I wish I don't know.
Dude, they could create cards around him. They just need to keep him active, put him back out in. He need a quick turnaround like Andy Ruiz did for the first Joshua fight, like back March, yo.
Yeah, because the more you let him languish, the more there's a chance that he might have a flare up of that rhabdo coming back, and it's just like, and then then the whole shit will be fucked up again. He'll have to reboot.
And then he'll be fighting at 160. We'll be talking about, okay, he's fighting Vladimir Hernandez now, which isn't a bad fight, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it's just like because Ortiz right now is just activity is what he needs to do. Because it probably is just to make sure that he can actually stay in fighting condition without any of the sickness. So, but then the Golden Book card, like I said, it was good for what it was entertaining for what it was. But it was just like it's the first card 2024, so you and obviously they have more cards on the horizon or whatever. But we next Saturday, of course, we have a bigger fight. A fight that would have taken place last summer, but Beterbiev had an issue with his jawbone or whatever. He had a little dental emergency, and it got pushed back over to the beginning of this month. Of course, Artur Beterbiev and Callum Smith, and like I said, I mean, like this fight. I mean, obviously, it could be it could be 50-50, it could be 60-40 or whatever. But because it's like there's a lot of intangibles in the play. You got Beterbiev, although he's starting to slow down. He's getting long in the tooth.
He's slowing down, nigga. It ain't no starting to slow down. He's slowed down.
Yeah, no, but of course he still punches hard as shit. He's still rugged. He still He
still has boxing skills. He still has skills, and he's pound for pound.
Yep, and he's still incredibly dangerous. And then you have Callum Smith, who has the size, who has the power, who has the height, who has a lot of physical advantages, but then he has not escaped the shadow of what happened in the Canelo fight. And like I said, I was high on Callum Smith until that fight. I just could not understand why a 6'3" super middleweight is getting bullied around by a blown up 154 pounder and getting punched in the arm, and he couldn't do anything about it. That shit was so disgusting to me. The little niggas had to win that fucking night. I was incredibly disgusted with that fight.
Gang.
How you 6'3" and the niggas 5'7" or whatever, and you're getting punched in your arm, you're getting punched around the ring just by getting punched in your biceps. Throw something. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay,
he would have had more. He would have had more damn help if he would have just fell forward and landed and tackled Canelo, like
right. I was
like a Fresaquendo shit. Like, fuck it.
I mean, Liam Smith put up a better fight against Canelo. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
I know these niggas probably argue about that at Sunday dinner or some shit. Like, I know he'd be like, man, like, at least I fought Canelo harder, nigga. What the fuck did you do? Like, Mom, like, like, oh, let me stop talking about it. He had a tummy ache for the Canelo fight. Bullshit. Like, yeah, Smith definitely got to get some get back. But I want to hear what y'all niggas got to say about that, because I already know who I'm picking, so I just want to hear what y'all niggas got to say.
Well, Pig, I know Pig's been a little silent. Pig, what are your thoughts on Beterbiev and Callum Smith?
I mean, it's a good fight. It's a fight that I see a lot of people, are on upset alert. And I understand why.
Yeah.
With Beterbiev being long in the tooth, pause. Feel like people are just waiting for him to get old, and it's like this could be the time where he could get old, and he's going up against a big guy that could punch, and could possibly put him out. Pause. I don't think this is going to be the fight where Beterbiev gets old. I'll say that overnight. Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting because I definitely think that I honestly see Callum Smith using the Callum Johnson approach and tried to, hurt him early and get him out of there. Right. And just like Callum Johnson, I don't think he'll actually do it. But it'll be interesting because the thing I see about Callum is that he's tall, but one of the issues going up against Beterbiev is I don't think he moves his head enough. And he's going to be there. He's going to give Beterbiev plenty of chances. And it's not like he's going to counterpunch with him. So if he's fighting fire for fire, he's going to get a lot of Beterbiev's going to catch him a lot while he's coming in. Pause. So I just think he's going to get caught with something, with one of those clubbing shots coming in. And I think Beterbiev's going to get him out of there. And I think this fight's going to end early regardless. But
wow. Yeah.
I'm going to go Beterbiev 4th round KO.
Oh wow, that's early.
I don't think this fight's ending late. I think this fight's ending early regardless. Whether Callum wins or Beterbiev wins, I don't see it going long. Pause.
Yeah, I agree with some of the things you said. Because, like I said, one thing about Callum Smith is if you crowd his space or whatever, John Ryder was the first person to really show that he just shells up. Like if you show just a hint of aggression towards him, like real aggression toward him, dude will just show up and just get beat on, which I think is fucking weird for a man of his size.
Well, that's the thing. You have to kind of really smother him, constantly. You got to be really moving your hands to pull that off, because if you don't, Callum Smith has a good little inside uppercut and hook.
But he can counter his ass off too. So
so it's you can't, if you smother him, you got to do it in a way where you don't exactly get in his range or keep him with enough confidence to throw them inside shots. So yeah, that's a tricky part. You got to really, but Beterbiev has the skill and the power, the physicality to make it his fight there, but
yeah.
It ain't something easy.
Yeah, the biggest thing, obviously, Beterbiev is slowing down. So it's Beterbiev is not as, before Beterbiev used to have pressure. Beterbiev used to really cut off the ring on you. Now he can still do it, but he doesn't do it as quickly as he used to.
He had deceptive speed before.
Yeah, deceptive. Yeah, dude.
Now it just seems like he's coming to get you. It's you can see the aura on the screen,
yeah,
his intentions, and dudes be nervous under that. It really breaks you.
It almost feels like it almost feels like Beterbiev is kind of content now with just throwing clubbing shots, just clubbing, whether it hits you to the back of the head or hits you to the side of the head. He's just throwing clubbing shots.
The thing is, though, and I'll never sleep on it, even though I kind of still lean towards Bivol because that's the fight where but I feel like Beterbiev's really a good boxer. He's a fundamentally sound boxer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not because some guys get painted a picture, 100% KO ratio. He's a brute, no skill having just power.
He has some brute. He has some brute to him.
He has some thud. That's some thud to it, Paul.
I think he's a better, more refined Marco Huck.
Yeah,
we've had too many Marco Huck,
but we've been saying. I know I've said that. Dude is just a more refined fucking Marco Huck, and a more athletic, he just like a 2.0. Like somebody said, you know what? Put this combination back in the machine, and tweak this, tweak that. You borrowed your friend's memory card And it's like, all right, I got you, King P. Like, I'll hook this nigga up. You gave this nigga, you took off a little of the fade, and you gave him more of a Caesar. Then you said, all right, ring IQ increase, power increases, but IQ, then cutting off the ring, pressure, and then it's like you got Beterbiev.
Right. Yeah. So, but with how I think of how this fight's gonna go, I mean, like I said, I mean, Beterbiev is gonna get caught one day because, like I said, I mean, one of Beterbiev's few weaknesses is he's chinny. He if you can catch him early, there's a good chance. But like I said, Beterbiev, can be dropped. But the worst thing is if you let Beterbiev off the hook. If you let him off the hook, if you're not hurting him constantly or making him reset, then the fight will just get super ugly, and he's just gonna break you down with his power and pressure.
It's how it goes, man. Like Bubba Sparks, super ugly.
Yeah.
Hey, what it do? Salute Slugger
Sam.
I mean Slugger Sam. Sam, what it do?
He says better. Well, he said salute to the boxing head. Shouts out to you too. You're one too, brother. And Beterbiev will destroy Smith, but struggle with Bivol. Bivol did look really sharp his last fight. I mean, he's versatile.
Even though he didn't get the knockout like everyone else.
Yeah.
He see. This is the thing. You got to deduct 10 points from that. Because you can't look that dominant.
It's the highest B+ you can get. It's the highest B+.
Yeah, thank you. Perfect fucking yeah. Thank you, Pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Bivol just got the highest B+ you can get. Like that's it, really. Like, and yeah, that's cool. But nigga, you need to be having A's when you stepping up the Beterbiev.
Right.
But he does have a good shot at him.
Yeah. I just think though. I think honestly, Callum Smith may actually rock him early, but I just think because Beterbiev like I think it's like once again like past 5 or 6, I can see Callum Smith like fading either mentally or physically. Like he's just gonna start show up, and I just have a feeling that Callum Smith's corner will probably pull him out before Beterbiev actually knocks him out. So I'm thinking like round 9 too. Like round 9 will probably be when Beterbiev ends the fight. Pilot, what about you?
I never really thought of a round. I'm picking Beterbiev with a knockout. He might struggle, get hurt a little bit. Because Callum does have skills. This is clearly his biggest leap at 175 because he hasn't really fought, a true opposite.
I know Lukey was kind of downplaying. Was like, wait a minute. So just because he's knocked out a couple of B levels or C levels at 175, you think he can fuck with Beterbiev?
Yeah. I mean, he's a younger guy, but I can't take a guy who showed up against Canelo. Regardless, I can't take a guy who showed up against Canelo and got his arm, damaged bad. You know what I mean? So I mean, he there's a chance. I mean, because Beterbiev is 38, 39, and he's coming off jawbone surgery, so it's like shit. And he always, he's always a little dinged up, and he's been dropped. But I just think Beterbiev is too fucking much of a beast. He's probably just as good of a boxer in terms of technical skill. So, I would say round 7.
Okay, round 7. LB, what about you?
I feel like a little early, but round 7. Fuck it.
I've been going back and forth on this one. I always knew this was a good fight. Beterbiev is like. He's like that dope video game series that comes around once every 5 years or 10 years. He's like Fight Night. Like, you always look forward to it, but you never really get enough of it.
Right.
So it's like, it's hard to like really dissect Beterbiev style sometime against certain opponents. Because, he'll show certain elements, but then he'll come off looking crude. But then there's some type of high boxing brain in there. And
right.
He's slowed down definitely. You could see that he can be pushed back a little bit more now.
Mm-hmm.
Yarder was able to do that. But I think like if a guy like Callum Smith just starts off aggressive like that, he could really pull that off. I was gonna say Smith by fucking 8th round.
Oh wow! And right now, just to go off, you're saying if we're doing like I'm just looking at FanDuel right now. So right now, Beterbiev is a minus 600 favorite overall, and Callum Smith is plus 370. For method of victory, a Beterbiev points of decision is plus 550. A Beterbiev KO is minus 215. A draw is plus 1600. And a Callum Smith points decision or KO is both plus 750.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
but
crazy.
one thing I'll say about the Canelo performance, looking back at that fight and seeing how that year played out and how it was so many pump fakes, and I felt like they kind of kept Callum Smith on like a short end of a short list of like, hey, you might either you Sanders or Plant might get a fight at the end of the year with Canelo. He got the lawsuit going on. This is that. Just kind of stay in shape. Just stay in the gym. It could be you. You might get called for this.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like he didn't really kind of, he's a big guy too now.
Hell yeah.
And remember, and it's telling too. And at the time, I didn't look at it like that, but I should have. With hindsight's 2020. He had the flat performance against Ryder. Should have lost, and that was like a good 7 rounds to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Clear loss, even though it was competitive. Like Ryder just didn't beat the shit out of him, but he did clearly win and should have won the belt. Whatever, should have got that.
Right.
So factoring all that flat performance, Josh Taylor, is that you? Prograde at you. All these guys having these flat performances. And then they fight the best skilled guy afterwards, most athletically gifted, all that pound for pound level. He loses, like he didn't have enough.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime he was aggressive with Canelo, it made Canelo's pull back. It stopped. But then Canelo would attack at him, and like Pat said, Smith would shell up.
Mm-hmm.
And then that started giving Canelo more opportunities, because Canelo's the type of puncher where he knows he punches sharp, hard, and accurate. So he can hit you anywhere and it'll hurt. Where some guys, they want, like, even Beterbiev is the same way in a sense where he's not the most accurate. He's a clubbing guy, but he's accurate with his clubs.
Sure
he
is.
hits you with like every spot hurts type shit. And so you don't let those dudes attack at you like that.
Mm-hmm.
You slip their punches clean, you evade them. But you also gotta run them in the shots and be aggressive when they slow down or when they pause.
Mm-hmm.
I think Callum Smith has the ability to do all that at 175. The Groves fight really was his last real good performance. Like, I don't think he could have like the weigh-in and the weight and the training, nah, like he should have. It's one of those he should have been moved up. But I'm taking Smith in this. Like, I think he's finally gonna realize, all his abilities, and I know he wants to be the brother that's looked at as the most accomplished, as the best brother in the house.
Exactly.
And we keep, he's Mundo. You know what I mean? Like, he's supposed to be the world, and he ain't really grab the world like that.
Right. And then I know I see Lukey in the comments. Shout out to you, Lukey.
What it do? Yeah, bro, this fight is close. I know, man. Like, yeah, you know what? I thought Bivol Zerto was gonna be close, great fight, and that shit went left as fuck. So that's why they fight the fights. But I just think with Beterbiev always, and Beterbiev's another guy like Thurman. He knows how to fight off of layoffs.
He does.
So I don't put that against him. Because Beterbiev and Thurman, they'll come back and they'll go 12 rounds, or they'll beat somebody ass after them 2-year layoff, 18-month layoff, a year layoff.
Yeah, because I would say if you ever watch a Beterbiev video of him him training, like Beterbiev is Beterbiev does the type of training that I like, because I'm a fool. Like you gotta do a lot of that extra shit. Like in this particular case, like Beterbiev does a lot of things to add on to his punch delivery. Like he strengthens up his fingers, wrist, forearms, shoulders, doing
all that Spartacus training.
But he be getting random. I mean, like, you know, he every time you hear, oh, he's hurt with his elbows out, sprain. You know, like he has random injuries because of that shit. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
it breaks down your body. You're not meant to do that fucking Spartacus shit.
But because that's the source of his power. Because Broad does a lot of like these shits are insane. Like he does lifts that for a man of his size, that's like insane. Like he shouldn't be doing. But
yeah, he has great core strength, and then he strengthened.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Every individual muscle and strand in his fingers and hands and fists and forearms, and everything's cords and snakes, and so like, but it's like at the cost. Look, you're a guy who's gonna have less fights than Sugar Ray Leonard.
Two facts, so.
Like, I mean, look at that. Yeah, you're destructive, but I mean, all this time you're not the man just yet, though.
Mm-hmm.
So and Callum Smith ain't. That's somebody I wouldn't just overlook like that, regardless of what Canelo did.
Yeah, because I mean,
Canelo's Canelo.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because there are some stakes even more than because I know the winner pretty much is going to be fighting Bivol next in Saudi Arabia because it's just like
and getting the bag of all bags.
Yeah, because I mean, His Excellency already let them know what time it is, and then Bivol, who likes to shy away from contract talks or who's facing next, he's like, yeah, I signed contract, yes, I fight winner, and that's what so it's like this is what's going to happen. And then Lukey's going off. Like I said, bro, people have never seen Callum Smith fight, which is also true because, Callum Smith is fought under Matchroom, unless you watch British cards, you've never seen him. And then Beterbiev is 40. Well, he's 39. But coming off injury, the jaw injury. I mean, the jaw injury is not. I mean, at least it's not. I mean, the jaw injury is like it shit happens, Is the other injury?
Yeah, you're doing jaw exercises. What the fucking jaw exercises are doing to have a stronger jaw to take punches? Yeah. How about you just move your fucking head?
Yeah, of which he doesn't do all the time. Like, he has defense, but sometimes he does take some of these punches straight up. Like,
Spartacus training. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. You want to do that Spartacus arena shit? Yeah. But yeah, B Cricks is we more doctory over here, nigga.
Shit, Spartacus references. That shout out to all my Spartacus watching niggas. That's what if you understood that, like, yeah.
Well, Luke says call him, but is it if he's listening, would he say it's going to be a decision or a knockout? I mean, you didn't call. LB, you pick and call him in round. Not in distance, right? By knockout.
Yeah, eighth round.
Eighth round. Okay.
I feel like I feel like it's one of those. He got to you got to get an early lead on Beterbiev.
Yeah, you have.
I feel like they'll go back and forth with it. Like this is gonna be a good fight, but I think instead of Beterbiev being the one to cave in Smith, it'll be the opposite. I feel that Beterbiev is gonna get tired or hurt, or it's gonna be the point like Smith will carry him fast, and I think he has the power and just the skill, the size, everything to just take him out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll probably be an uppercut left hook combo.
All right, so he thinks he drops Beterbiev early, and I think I think he might hurt him or drop him potentially, and he gets hurt himself and outlast him to a decision. Okay.
I mean,
Callum Smith is going to be a heavyweight when he gets into that ring.
And Beterbiev will probably be a cruiserweight because they'll probably rehydrate something. I'm just looking like there's a lot of specials where there's involved where like Callum Smith or Beterbiev are getting knocked down, but this in certain rounds this way or that. Like there's a lot of specials on FanDuel about this, so it's like it might be one of the ones where it's like hell. There's even a special right now where it's like both fighters to be knocked down at any time across rounds 1 through 6, and that's like plus 3,600. That could easily fucking happen. Like that could absolutely happen. So it's like that's what makes it an intriguing fight because it's like it's for Callum Smith, it's redemption. For Beterbiev, it's like okay, was one step closer to us getting, him and Bivol in the ring, because it has to happen this year. Because after that, Bivol has a higher chances of winning after this year, and so you want to at least get it where at least Beterbiev is somewhat still Beterbiev, and not like.
And honestly, I give Callum Smith a better chance at beating Beterbiev than Bivol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Although Bivol has a good chance too,
Right.
They're like literally the two most difficult fighters for Beterbiev right now, and Smith is gonna get that shot first.
Exactly. So
what time is the fight?
What is it?
And shout out to Luki. I do, I agree. Like this is like a Elder Alvarez versus Sergey Kovalev 1.
Yeah, that was a whole fucking surprise. That one. That was one of them sudden knockouts too. Because Kovalev was winning, all of a sudden he got cracked with some shit and he just could not recover.
But the thing is, he kept getting caught with that same punch until he finally got hit with like the perfect one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, bow.
So the main card of this will start at 10 o'clock.
At night?
Yeah, of course, nigga. Of course.
Nah, with boxing to be so international now, that shit, niggas be having title fights 10 o'clock in the morning.
This shit's happening in Quebec City. So yeah, this is it's in
Quebec City. Where's that? Quebec?
Yeah, nigga, Quebec City, Quebec, in Canada. Yes, nigga.
Okay, I'm just making sure, nigga. You got the Miami in fucking Ohio, nigga. Yeah, I'm just saying.
And then, like I said, and even before that, obviously, we have a Jason Maloney title defense against Saul Sanchez. And the fun thing is, too, is like I have never seen Saul Sanchez. I have seen him fight, but there's a lot of whispers on boxing Twitter that saying like Saul Sanchez could upset Jason Maloney. Like I was reading a whole bunch of tweets. I was like, I was like, I wonder why there's such a big buzz about that. But Jason Maloney, obviously, obviously he's all action. So it's like, it's making his maiden title defense that he won against, why am I forgetting his fucking name? Astrolabio. Yes. Yeah. Like that was a fight where I think he broke something and he just had to survive because he won that title basically on the skin of his teeth because he broke something or something, so it's like that should be a good little co-main, and as well as the return of Christian and Billy, who's all fucking power, all fucking punching like nonstop or whatever. So like
he bodied Demond Nicholson. The dude Andre got dropped by. He bodied him so bad.
He bodied Demond Nicholson.
Oh, God, that was vicious.
Yeah, and Billy though his defense ain't shit though, but his power is fucking ridiculous up there. Like it's actually amazing that he hasn't gotten a title shot yet.
Yeah, I want to see Morrell and Billy. I know we'll never see it, but that's a dream. That's a fight. Low key, Morrell versus Billy would be fire. I'd pick Morrell, but it'd be a great fight.
Yeah, so yeah.
Say that again. Like some promoter nigga needs to hear that. Like,
Morrell versus Billy. David Morrell versus Christian and Billy, 2024.
Yeah,
late
24, nigga.
This year, fuck it.
Yeah,
man, these they hear 2025, they'll be like
2026.
Yeah, 2026. Yeah, we might could steer them into a title unification by then. No, nigga.
Yeah, then the niggas will be like, yo, this nigga's spitting 2025 shit. Okay, then say less.
Like they'll make sure it happens downtown till like we don't forgot about it. Like, hold on, didn't Pilot talk about that?
Yeah, so. But yeah, like I said, that's the only card for that weekend. Like the only, so like I said, it should be good. Like I said, though, but at least it's a main event. Like obviously, hopefully it doesn't end in in one round. Unless of course, if Smith knocks out Beterbiev in one round, then it's gonna be fuckery. It's like but if Beterbiev
January is usually a month for upsets and fuckery, though. You got to remember that.
It is.
Like there's always like upsets always are some fuckery January, so it's like a lot of smart money on that Smith though, because
yeah, like I said, man, whatever your gambling poison is, man, I check your apps or go to your casinos or whatever the fuck, man, because like I said, yeah, like this, I say the specials might hold some value to you. Like if you're, because That, or of course, you want to go start parlaying with the undercard and shit like that. That's one thing. But yeah, no, it should be an interesting night of boxing, and then yeah, I think just to end it off with a little NFL playoff talk, because yeah, so then that means LB goes and makes cookies for niggas and shit like that in an apron that says "Kiss the cookies."
Nah, that's y'all whole ass.
Hey, as long as it's chocolate chip or sugar, I'm good. I'm straight.
Well, I mean, if you're a female, then yeah, you kiss the cook, but
yeah,
and pause it sugar and chocolate chip. I'm just saying.
Damn, y'all niggas really. I got y'all whole ass niggas. Like, damn, y'all really acting greasy. Like,
no, but I mean, to LB's credit, I mean, this is the most I ever talk about football this year. So salute.
Yeah, that's true. Because before this nigga, like when we started, this nigga would be like, get the hook out of there. That's slave shit.
I mean, his home team is making the playoffs, so
they kind of they I mean, they ended the season bad, but they should have won the division, but yeah. Yeah, they tricked the division. They were up comfortable to win the AFC East. That's wild.
Yeah, so I mean, everyone knows so pretty much now the bracket set we have two games for Saturday. Just bring it up real quick. While it's wild card weekend, for the NFC, the 49ers get the bye, and for the AFC, the Baltimore Ravens get the bye. So Saturday, the first game is Cleveland Browns and Houston Texans. Seeds 5 and 4 on NBC. Pilot P, what are we thinking?
Which game?
Browns and Texans. That's the first game that kicks off wild card weekend.
See, that's a tough one because the Browns have an all-world defense, but I don't know if their offense is in the playoffs. I mean, is going to hold up. But Flacco's been on a good run, but I don't know if he'll be able to keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's like fairy tale shit because it's going to come to end. Like, I mean, I actually think like Stroud is actually doing wonderful things for the Texans. Like,
amazing.
I think I'll favor the Browns simply because remember the Texans, they're down on like wide receivers, and their defense has been beatable. So I think the Browns will get by in the first round. But it'll be a close one.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like it'll probably be within a touchdown or even a field goal too. But I'm going with the Texans on this one. Pilot, what about you? You going with Browns too?
I'm all over. I mean, I used to argue with my boy about who should have been the first pick, C.J. Stroud over that Bryce Young, and I was like, I'm taking Stroud. I know he's an OSU quarterback, but I see some special quality in him, and I didn't expect him to have the year he did. I mean, he's clearly rookie of the year. I feel like even though my Rams receiver Puka did break the record of reception yards for rookies in '68 or in 1960s, I do have to give it to Stroud because the Texans were terrible last year. I mean, either
they were god awful. And shout out to was it DeMeco Ryans? The head coach, right?
Yeah. I mean,
shout out to DeMeco Ryans. That motherfucker turned that shit around.
I mean, he won the division.
He should be the coach.
Yes, I was gonna say, is he coach of the year over Dan Campbell though? Because the Lions. Yeah, he should be, but the Lions.
No, he should be the coach. No, DeMeco Ryans helped turn that whole team around. Like he should be coach of the year. Sorry.
Yeah, he should. Although shout out to respects to Dan Campbell though, because that motherfucker because to me Dan Campbell is like a very lower version of Coach Mike though, because he clearly knows how to get the best out of his players, and you can tell the motherfuckers will like they want to play hard for that dude, So it's like but yeah, DeMeco Ryans though, like his is like an instantaneous, like P said, like he should be coach of the year, like that. Like he got him into the fucking playoffs as a 4 seed. Like, yeah, like he should absolutely be coach of the year. But yeah, that's the game on NBC. And then later on, and this is the first time I know NFL, for some reason, NFL, like they like to sell their time to the highest bidder. So this game is going to be shown exclusively on Peacock, unless of course you live locally in Miami or Kansas City, which I think is kind of dumb. Like, why would you put a playoff game on Peacock? Knowing goddamn well that not everyone has Peacock, And
I'm okay with it because I have Peacock, so yeah.
And even more wildly, it's the Dolphins and the reigning Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, on there. Like, why would you actually put them of all teams on Peacock? Like that's the shit that don't make too much sense to me. But yeah, Dolphins and Chiefs, man. What are we thinking? Because the Chiefs. Because Patrick Mahomes has no fucking receivers, like no
receivers,
and his offensive line is trash this year. But they do have a good defense. I will say that. And Miami's kind of hurt right now, so yeah, I'm giving it to Kansas City.
It depends if Jalen Waddle's playing. I feel like for me, I don't know if I know Waddle was hurt too. I don't know if he's out for the year or not, but both teams are struggling. Like again. I'm from the same city as Tua, so I'm kind of like, fuck, come on, Tua. Sometimes you had crazy stats, but you got Tyreek Hill and you're fucking up. So both these teams, I don't see both these teams getting past the next round, but I probably lean toward the Chiefs.
Yeah, and because them motherfuckers choked. And yeah, I'm just reading. Let's go through Anthony's comments because he says blame that dumbass quarterback Tua. There's limitations of what McDaniel can do with this kid. Yeah, the GM wants to keep him keep him. And yeah, I've had my criticisms with Tua in the past, especially during the whole concussion saga that he had, that I was like, geez, like Dolphins, like you gotta ruin this kid's career. You gotta turn him into Al Toon if you keep fucking around with that shit. And then he says, and then Anthony says, honestly, I think this is a fluke. I don't think they're gonna do this again next year. I think they're gonna be back to a rebuilding team. I think they caught the Jags off guard. Oh, so you're probably talking about
the Texans.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean CJ Stroud to me got some Mahomes quality. I mean maybe I'm jumping the gun, but he seems like he's got that special innate. Certain quarterbacks have that special innate. Lamar. Some of those guys seem special. I don't know.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. And he was a lot better than the other fucking quarterback that they had. What's his fucking name? That white cat. That was kind of.
Oh yeah, I forgot his. Yeah, that dude.
Yeah. And then Anthony Mazzon says the NFL doesn't trust the Dolphins on primetime television, but that's why they blew it past the past few times this season on primetime.
The Bills, yeah, they can't beat the Bills or any good team. I mean, yeah, they got the win on the Cowboys, but like they haven't looked good against good teams for the most part.
I mean, even the Eagles beat the Dolphins pretty handily. So,
yeah, they did, yeah.
And of course I'll get more into that why I say it like that, especially against the team I support. So. But yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I personally, I think Mahomes will get that. I mean, they'll get that. Like, yeah, because I don't trust Tua. Like the way Tua choked, the whole Dolphins choked in the last quarter against the Bills. I was just like, yeah, that told me what I needed to know. I was just like, nah, they're not. I don't see them now. It'll be, but it wouldn't surprise me if they beat the Chiefs. But I don't think that's going to happen. And then Sunday, we get 3 games. The first game, of course, is one of the beneficiaries of the Jags actually losing and blowing it would be the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 7 seed, facing the Bills at 2 seed. And like I said, Coach Mike is, the epitome of just like consistency. Like, for as long as he's been with that team, he's had no losing seasons. I think he's had a couple of 8 seasons, which is still a winning season, But it's just like that kind of consistency is good. Now, thankfully for him, he's had playoff appearances. He has a Super Bowl win. He has all that other shit. So it's not like So it's not like he's not on any chopping block. Like, dude is in the playoffs, he's in there, and he's doing it with no fucking talent, because I don't believe in no fucking Mason Rudolph. Like, I don't believe in that guy. Like in there, so it's like, but apparently he wants to play hard for Mike, so I'm like, fuck it. And then the Bills are the Bills. Like Josh Allen is like hot and cold. Like 1 minute that dude is just like he's all world, and next like dude is he's like one of the worst quarterbacks in the world. So, but I'm thinking that the Bills will probably beat the Steelers handily. What about you guys?
Bills win this one. They stomp them out. Sorry.
Yeah. What about you, Pilot?
Sorry, which game this was? My fault. I kind of broke out.
Bills and Steelers.
Oh, Bill. I mean, shout out to the Steelers. Tomlin's a great Hall of Fame. One of the best coaches in the league. But Bills should win. They should have won that, but they've been a little up and down. I mean, they'll be an upset. We're not gonna get any of these. It's gonna be a big upset, but I don't think it's gonna be this one. I'll pick Buffalo. Definitely.
Word, yeah. I mean, like, and I know, and funny thing too is like just a couple seasons ago, like these Bills, like, I mean, like the Bills in the playoffs was just like, what the fuck is that? Like that was like an anomaly. Now these
I
guys,
remember after my Rams won the Super Bowl, the fucking week 1, the Bills blew us the fuck out. Like I remember that, but I was like, oh my god, like that was nasty work.
yeah, I know the Bills. If there's one team I know that's really yearning for a Super Bowl, and if they ever win a Super Bowl, God help Buffalo, you're gonna see bullshit that you'll never see before. Like these motherfuckers are known for, like, their fans are known for putting each other through tables and shit, whether themselves or other people. Imagine the fuckery that happens if they win.
Yeah, they're the. I'm convinced that all Bills fans are the spawns of ECW parents. Like, yeah, no.
Yeah, like they're gonna go ham in Buffalo if the Bills ever win a fucking Super Bowl. Like that shit's that shit. The memes and the videos will go fucking crazy. It will surpass even what the Cats did in Philadelphia after they won the Super Bowl. Like they will go nuts. You know what I'm saying? And then we have the afternoon game, which is probably gonna be the most watched game in the whole day. We have the Green Bay Packers at 7 seed for the NFC. And then the number 2 seed, we have the Dallas Cowboys. So
Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean Jordan Love actually had a good year, proving he's a franchise quarterback, but Cowboys should win that. But it's the Cowboys. It's the Cowboys. You know they choked.
Yeah, like the Cowboys can get out of wild card. Like I mean, they have a history of getting out of wild card, and like I said, Packers are still a pretty young team. And Jordan Love. I mean, obviously, because Dak obviously is an MVP candidate, so it's like obviously it would be a big hit to that if Jordan Love outplays him and Jordan Love ends up bouncing us. Like that would be a huge upset. Like but yeah, I honestly don't see the Packers winning that game. Like something drastic would really have to happen, but yeah, I do see the Cowboys winning that pretty handily too. Yeah, because either way, of course, it's at Dallas too. I don't. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is not there on that team, and Jordan Love is not Aaron Rodgers, But
no, but he had a good year. I mean, a better year than. But yeah, he shouldn't.
Yeah, he did. He absolutely did.
Yeah. Do you think Cowboys are going to blow him out, or are they going to be competitive?
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb is healthy. I think too. Like a lot of the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys are getting healthy at the right time too.
I was definitely wrong about Lamb. Like I always felt Lamb was like kind of a weaker number 1 in the league because he never. I don't know until this year. This year he
he's clearly the best wide receiver in the league today.
In the league this year, yeah. I mean, Justin Jefferson, it's great. I mean, he was hurt this year. Chase was the best receiver in football this year. You know what I mean? Well, him or Tyreek Hill, but I would probably lean towards Chase was dominant. Yeah, Chase was killing it. But I was at first, I was like, this nigga is not really a true number 1. I felt like, but he proved me wrong. I'll eat crow.
Yeah, no. And then me, my team is rival them. Like, I don't like to give the Cowboys any credit, but I'll give them credit just this one time, for that. So yeah, but like I said, yeah. As much, an upside though, of course, I will. If the Packers do beat the Cowboys at Dallas, I will call up every Cowboys fan I know, and I will talk some cash.
My dad's a Cowboys fan, but he's a realistic one. He's not like one. He's more of a negative fan, like I am with the Rams.
Right? Yeah. The Cowboys get out wild card. It's the divisionals. Whoever they face in the divisionals, that's the real test. And then we got the main event. We got the Sunday night game pilot between your Los Angeles Rams at 6 seed and the Detroit Lions. And of course, we have Goff versus Stafford. Of course, each were the quarterbacks on the other team.
The QB swap trade. It's kind of poetic.
Yeah,
in a sense, because it's the actual Lions' first playoff game in that stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, keep in mind, this is when the Lions won their division. That was their first title in 30 years. You have to understand, the Lions only have one playoff victory in their whole existence, and it was at their old field. So it's actually nuts that this is so it's nuts for them that they actually have a division title and that they're actually in this. And truthfully, if there was going to be an upset pilot, I would say your Rams could actually beat the Lions. I don't know why, but I just have that feeling.
I'm calling it an upset alert. I think the Rams actually win this one.
Yeah, and personally, I want them to, because the Niners face the lowest seed in the divisionals, and the Rams, are the lowest, are lower than the Eagles. So
yeah, I mean, the Lions been the top 4 consistent team in the NFC. I mean, clearly, it was y'all at first, y'all and Niners, and then clearly, I hate to say it, it's the Niners are the number 1 team in the NFC right now. I mean, the strongest,
yeah.
But the Lions kind of were, I mean, number 3 for a bit. I felt like number 3 for a little while. Like they've been, but it's the Lions.
Yeah, it's the Lions.
They're the Lions, and they're a little inexperienced. I mean, my Rams, I didn't expect it. I mean, we have a lot of rookies doing shit this year.
Yeah, but the fun thing is Goff has a lot of weapons. Like he has, Amon-Ra St. Brown. He has Laporta, although I think his knee is injured or something like that, or something's going on. He has Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery.
Laporta is hurt. I don't think he's going to play.
Who's hurt? Oh, the tight end? Damn.
Sam Laporta, yeah.
That rookie tight end, he's nice.
Yeah, and which sucks because the Rams are horrible when it comes to defending tight ends. So Laporta would have been running wild, but he ain't going to be running at all.
He wasn't crazy on this.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I mean the Lions are superb, but like I said, there is a phrase to say, Lions gonna lion, So like I said, Rams will probably get that for me. I do think the Rams will.
I gotta rock, I gotta rock with my Rams. You already know the deal.
Yeah, I know the deal. And then last but certainly not least, although again, this is one of the things I don't understand. We have the Monday night game where we have the 5th-seeded Philadelphia Eagles facing, 4th-seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Truthfully, the whole NFC fucking South should be wiped off the fucking playoffs. Really,
why is there a Monday night game?
Yeah, honestly, and I was telling people this too. Like, we should have gotten the Peacock game. Like, honestly, because why? And this is what I think. The Eagles. For 5 weeks ago, the Eagles were on top of the NFL. We had a 10-1 record. We beat the Bills in probably the best game of the season overall so far. And after that, we won one of our last 5-6 games or whatever the fuck. So it's like, what the hell happened? Like, because the Eagles, because fun things too. We lost to the Niners. We still won. We still had the best record. We lost to the Cowboys again. We lost to the Cowboys. We split the season with Cowboys. We were still number 1. We lost to the Seahawks. We were still number 1. Like we were still number 1. But then it was just like after that, it was just like a whole. It was just cascading. We kept on losing games. Like the Seahawks game hurt, but the Cardinals game really fucking hurt because after that, yeah, the Niners took over and didn't look back. And then even then, we had one more shot of getting the 1 seed. Yeah, that was the game that killed our 1 seed. And then, of course, we lose to the Giants we split the season with the Giants, which is in the season finale, which was just disgusting. Yeah, I know the Eagles are going through some shit, and then they're facing the Buccaneers, who, for whatever reason, only managed 9 fucking points against the Panthers in a win.
In a win. I mean, I can tell coming into the season that division was going to be like an 8-9 win division, because there was not really a true, good team in that division.
Really. Yeah, no, but I mean, because the Falcons were in it, and they're like the Falcons. I think for them it was like they're winning in. Like if the Falcons beat the Saints, they would have been the NFC champion. We'd be playing in Atlanta. And Atlanta's been shitty because they fired the coach immediately after. Like no team deserved to win like that, but the Bucs did it, and it's just like part of me is thinking like any other time I was like, we'll beat the brakes off the Bucs, fucking Tampa Bay, but I don't even know. Like the Eagles have no momentum going into this fucking playoffs. Like none. We lost.
It's bad. Did Jalen get hurt? Pause. I mean, did he get?
No, the Eagles will win this game. I'm sorry.
Eagles should win.
I'm sorry. See, I'm shaking because we should have beat the Cardinals, and they had a field day. We should have beaten the Tyrod Taylor, and the Giants had the fucking field day. Like shitty teams are having field days against us because the defense is old. Our coordinators can't scheme. Nothing like no one like
the offensive coordinator. Yeah, my boy was saying you're losing your OC was a major thing. I was like, no, because Hurts played well at first, but I was like, yeah, maybe losing the OC hurt because I don't know what happened to the imagination of the offense. But
yeah, no, the OC and the DC, we lost both. We Gannon, obviously, Gannon left, and obviously because he was blamed largely for the Super Bowl loss. But losing our OC was like the big thing because now it's like our offense is predictable. How we got to 11 fucking wins is honestly a mystery to me now.
Well, y'all are like 8-1 at once, or 10 and like 10-0 or 9-1 or something.
Yeah, we were 10-1.
Yeah, that's
with first year
slump. I mean, what would you say caused the slump though? Like what caused that second half of that season? Like, what do you think?
I mean, one is the brutal. We had a brutal stretch.
Oh yeah, strength of schedule.
We had the toughest schedule in there. So we got 11 wins. We were 11-6, and I think the guys probably got burned out, and then the coordinators obviously weren't making the type of adjustments that were making them to make the games a little bit more simple or easy. So that's the problem. So now, like, because now we have Jalen, whose finger got compromised. It's not broken or fractured. It's just it was dislocated. But motherfuckers, when he gained that middle finger, that shit had me shivering. And then you have AJ Brown. He went down with his knee. We don't know what the status of his knee is. And then Devontae Smith, he had a knee injury because he got hurt. Fucking because motherfuckers decided that he needed to be blocking with his skinny self, and and he had a knee injury, and it's just like all you can do is just say like, what the fuck. I mean, I get it. Like the Eagles should beat Tampa Bay, but I now I'm just like I have to see it now. I have to see them stomp Tampa Bay out. Yeah, but but like I said, I just think it would just be fitting that if the Eagles on prime time,
at home, right? Obviously at home.
No,
yeah, they're not at home because they lost the division. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, we lost the division, so Tampa Bay's hosting.
Nah, y'all should win.
Yeah, we should win. But it's just like I would not be surprised if fucking Baker Mayfield has a career day. Him and was it Mike Evans or whatever that because Mike Evans could still fucking catch. So it's like, it's all I know is like because I'm gonna tell you guys like we probably will not be podcasting on Monday because I'm gonna be wound up tight watching this fucking game. I don't want to be casting.
Yeah, we're straight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll be back next week talking about. I don't really want to talk. We'll be talking boxing next week this time.
Yeah, and I just ran some of Anthony's comments before we get up out of there. Yeah, because he says, honestly, I think it's too soon for the Detroit Lions. I think this is a Cinderella story. I think they may go back and rebuild and try to find a quarterback. Jared is not the answer. I don't know. Do you guys think Jared is the answer? I mean, he's playing well.
I used to call him Jared.
He is playing well. I
used to call him, for the longest time, and I coined the nickname on the Collie and etc. But I used to call him Jared Goffle for the longest time until he got us to the Super Bowl the first time when we lost. But
I mean, then again, I was like both quarterbacks. Like I used to coin Matt Stafford. I used to coin him Stat Padford.
Stat Pad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I mean, both guys have proved. I mean, Goff. It's bittersweet, like seeing Goff like. Because he was number one pick. He was picked over Wentz. Wentz looked like he was going to be MVP until he got hurt. I was like, damn, he could have got Wentz.
But Wentz at least Wentz before he, has a Super Bowl ring to his credit. Goff is looking for his Super Bowl ring.
And Goff, I mean, he was looking like a souped up Jimmy G, in a sense. Again, I mean, that was really Gurley even though he got hurt. Fuck, that's so sad thinking about Gurley. But Goff did his thing. I mean, he made off the play action. He was doing his thing. And he's brought some of that experience, clearly. I mean, the Lions wouldn't be where they're at without Jared Goff.
Yeah, like Goff has chemistry with his receivers, his running backs, and stuff like that. You can tell that he does. So that's what makes him dangerous.
Like St. Brown's elite. I know they drafted that Jameson Williams, who's more of a speed. He drafted him in the first round, but he's a fast motherfucker. And Gibbs looks like a damn monster. They have a lot of weapons.
Like I said, I mean, like the Lions. The Lions, as long as they can keep maintaining their core, the core players underneath their contracts, the Lions will probably be a problem. Like They will probably take over. They'll probably take over from the NFC North, or take over from Green Bay, or
for a couple 3-4 years. I love Dan Campbell. Like if I was an NFL player and I had he'd be one of the coaches I love to play for because that dude he loves the game, man. He loves the game.
I mean, dude was a good football player this time too. So it was just like dude's he's a football player's coach, and truthfully, sometimes that's what you need. And he's lit a fire underneath the asses. So it's like, that's why you're seeing what you're seeing. And then Chris Brady and the Eagles might get it together. See them blowing out them niggas. No home sizzle. Home bizzle. I mean, like I said, I hope they do, because like I said, they haven't shown any bit of a turn. Like the last time the Eagles looked good, it was in the first quarter of the Niners game, which when the score was like 6-6. And they were and the defense was making stops, and it looked like we were about to, put the foot in the asses again before the Niners was like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on? And they turned it up. So yeah, I'm hoping for that. Absolutely. And then Anthony says, honestly, I understand why you guys did it, but I think you paid Hurts way too early instead of seeing if you could do that again. I mean, a second year or third, because Hurts went to the Super Bowl. Like, Hurts played out of his mind, so it's like, why wouldn't you want to pay him? Like, I'm not saying, I mean, either way, like, Hurts' stats are not bad, in like, truthfully, and like I said, like, I mean, he has better stats than Stafford, and Stafford actually, he got elected to the Pro Bowl, which is weird.
I mean, Hurts had an MVP. Like, Mahomes is my guy, but Hurts had a valid claim to MVP last year. And this year, he was looking like MVP really early, and then it kind of just stopped.
Yeah.
It stopped,
But, I mean, Hurts is still a top quarterback in the league. Don't get it twisted. So that's why, like, I mean, even this season, like, obviously, depending on where they get, what happens to the Eagles during the playoffs, like, I mean, they could still. They're not going to get rid of Hurts. Like Hurts is going to have to really stink up, like, something up terrible, and he hasn't. Like, I mean, he went to 9-8 till, was it like 14-3 or 13-4 or whatever, and 11-6. So these are winning records. You're not going to get rid of a quarterback like that. Like, that doesn't really happen unless you're Tim Tebow, some shit like that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, they're going to keep him. Hurts is Hurts is gonna have to have a really bad season for him to get demoted. But it should be interesting. It should be hopefully the playoffs, because I know last year's playoffs they weren't really that exciting. Like, because pretty much people that won were supposed to win, stuff like that. So there wasn't a lot of upsets outside of the Giants bouncing out the Vikings. Except now the Eagles are this year's Vikings, which makes me kind of sad because everyone's discrediting them. But yeah, no, I think just like I said, may the best team win. So yeah, see, get some final thoughts and get up out of there. I know LB's now he's getting the the chocolate chip cookies and everything all ready and shit like that late night. Like one day he'll join us in the big boy conversation.
Well, real quick, who do y'all pick to win Super Bowl? Just if you had to just give a name of a team, who do y'all pick to win the Super Bowl? Real quick.
No idea, honestly.
No idea.
It's any given
Sunday. I hate to say it, but the Niners seem like it might be their year, but Shanahan be choking and fuck the Niners.
Nah, this is the Ravens year. This is the
Ravens. I want the Ravens to win it. So yeah.
Yeah,
honestly, if you're talking about Rams, my Rams are out. Go Ravens.
Yeah, because the Niners too. Like the Niners, I mean, they faced her and they got their asses handed to them by the Ravens. Like this shit was no joke. So yeah, I mean, if there's a team that I know that I think it's the Ravens. Like if it's any other team other than the Ravens and the Niners in the Super Bowl, that means something went horribly wrong. Like honestly, to me. Because especially because the Niners and the Ravens are healthy as shit and they have a first round bye. So yeah, like I'm expecting those two to go to the Super Bowl. But like I said, it's any given Sunday or Saturday or Monday. So yeah, may the best team win. But yeah, the final thoughts so we can get up out of here. Pilot, your final thought?
Not much. Shouts out to the Ring Gang. Shouts out to the world. Shouts out to the comments. You know where to check us out at Ring and Radio on every platform imaginable: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, everything else in between. Facebook, ringandradio.com. Then let's just hope we have a really good weekend and stay safe. That's all I got.
Word. P, what about you?
I ain't got much to say. You know what it is, Ring Gang Radio all day, every day. You know where to find us at YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, ringgangradio.com. You know what I'm saying? Let's hope for some more good fights, and that's all I got to say. So, you know what it is.
Yeah, like I said, just to add on, again, we always thank you for the support. Obviously, if you want to donate to us, that banner's been scrolling across the screen for the last couple hours. We got that shit you want to need, that YouTube or website. Listen, like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends, and we can all be friends. But like I said, we do this shit for y'all, and yeah, like I said, we hope for a good weekend of boxing and a good weekend of football too. Like because wildcard weekend is always a fun time and stuff like that. So yeah, and then fuck all this snow too. Of course, if you live in the Northeast, this like these southern nor'easters kind of like coming up out of nowhere, because right now I can hear the wind blowing too. So, yeah, I know probably have at least one power outage at least during the night. At least up in my area, I think P is safe with this flooding and shit. So yeah, for myself, Pat Scorpion, the New England representative. For Cookie Bacon, LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist. For King P, Bodega P, and for Conscious Pilot, this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk. Where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.